What's up, guys? This is the Vinyl Casket. There we go. Home to the lamest taste. Once again, I am Nick, who can't get a camera straight to save his life. We are going to be jumping into an awesome video today. Before that, can you please check out my Instagrams at Vinyl Casket and Vinyl Casket Comics, but more importantly, my YouTube channel at the Vinyl Casket, where I have been putting in a lot of effort making these live reaction and review videos, along with my regularly scheduled weekly comic book reviews. Also been streaming a lot more gameplay on Elden Ring here on Twitch, so you can check that out. And with that being said, we are going to be doing a live movie review on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I watched it last night, finally. I know I'm like a week late, but watched it. I'm ready to talk about this. We'll talk a little bit about this. Obviously, this movie came out in 2022. The exact release date was May 6th. It's May 15th, I think, at this point. This is the sequel to the original Doctor Strange, the second Doctor Strange movie. This is set in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, owned by Disney and Marvel. This is in phase 4, I believe. Post Endgame. We are post Spider-Man, No Way Home. So, before I talk about this incredible film, I want to talk about the fact that what this did, I didn't see this coming at all, right? Watching and reacting to the trailers here live on the channel, I had one ideal vision of what they were going to do. I obviously knew that they're going to ride the coattails of the success of the Disney Plus WandaVision show, which, if you don't know by me talking about it by now, my fiance is a massive Wanda fan, and that show only propelled it forward tremendously, with the Scarlet Witch now being her main personality and her powers being rapidly increased. So with that whole setup of that Disney Plus, was it 6 or 7 episode miniseries setting up this character, it made sense that she was going to appear in Doctor Strange, being that she's now fully magical, and not just powers, but magic. But the trailers did something. So in modern day trailers, I personally feel they give away way too much to a movie. You can basically see where the movie's going to go. You don't see how it gets there, but you see the beginning, the middle, and the end all in the trailer, and I hate that. This film did whatever, showed you, all these characters are going to make an appearance, all sorts of stuff. It was all duped. They duped us. It was all a diversion, a distraction, because characters that you thought were going to be in this to help the main character became villains. Characters that you thought were going to make small appearances were from the get-go to the end main characters. Obviously, this teased the Illuminati when they showed Patrick Stewart's voice, or they put in Patrick Stewart's voice and his hand. We all knew that we were getting the Illuminati. But this version of the Illuminati was very unique. The introduction of people as these characters, and being that this is a multiverse film after we break the multiverse in with Doctor Strange in No Way Home, we now him having to deal with it again. And I thought that was interesting. I thought the way they used the trailer as a complete diversion of what the film actually was, I was in awe, mesmerized from start to finish, because I didn't see any of this happening. I had no clue. We knew kind of who was going to be in it, and we kind of knew it was going to deal with the multiverse, but none of that was what we got out of the trailer. The trailer seemed like this nice, fun adventure, whatever. He's going to have to deal with Mordo, and whatever. Completely not what it was. And now, with that being out of the way, and me talking about the trailer that they used to mess with us, which I hope they do in the, completely throughout the whole thing. Another thing I'm going to knock out is the second end credit scene is unnecessary and a waste of time. Mad at my brother for telling me that there was two. There was no reason for me to wait to go see a second one because it was nothing. And now we get right into this film. With first actually talking real quick about how this was directed by Sam Raimi, the guy that directed Sony's original first three live action Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. This is a return to Marvel movies, and I think he did an amazing job. Okay, movie time. We're here to talk about the movie Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So this chronic timeline-wise follows right after, a few months after No Way Home. He references that he just dealt with Spider-Man, which is cool to say that he still knows of Spider-Man, even though he doesn't know it's Peter. Whatever. But we start the film off with American Chavez right there, like straight up. American Chavez had no clue that was gonna like be the start, and that she was gonna be this main character. We have this other multiversal version of Doctor Strange, who kind of gets corrupted and tries to like solve the problem by killing her, which was not okay, and like leads to her getting scared by this giant monster that's being sent after her by someone to get her powers. Her powers are multiversal travel because she's the only one of herself, while everyone else has doppelgangers and different versions of themselves throughout the multiverse. There's only her, so she's able to flux in and out of different multiverses without creating a problem in those multiverses. How many times can I say multiverses in the Multiverse of Madness? Yeah, so she gets scared. They're about to get the Vizanti, this book that should allow the Sorcerer Supreme to fight any problem. Ends up with Doctor Strange dying and her getting sent into the 616, right, with the dead body. And then this other weird octopus creature coming. We're seeing Doctor Strange deal with real life and Christine. I believe it's Christine, right? Yeah, Christine Palmer. Palmer? Oh, that's a DC reference. Dealing with Christine and her wedding, and everyone knows he's a superhero and this and that. Then that happens, and Wong is trying to fight this thing. So Doctor Strange hops in. Awesome fight scene. Cinematically, this film from every second was incredible. It was beautiful. I feel like this Phase 4 and these TV shows and now the movies have stepped up the cinematics and just the attention to detail to a way higher level than we were in Phase 2 or Phase 1. Phase 3 was pretty solid, but Phase 4 has so far blown it out of the way. And it was really good. Like that big fight scene and then dealing with this problem with her traversing the multiverse, and Doctor Strange is like, oh, I'm gonna go get help. I know one person that can help, and goes to Wanda. Wanda's the villain. Straight up, spoilers, bro. It says it in the title. Wanda is the villain. I didn't see that coming. The whole trailer, the teasers, all the advertising did not like hint at her becoming evil, right? I didn't see that at all. They didn't show any of these fight scenes against each other. Nothing that I knew of. I didn't see that coming. I was blindsided. Because last time we saw Wanda was in the end credit of WandaVision, where she's in a cabin in these like giant secluded mountain range, and she's like projecting a false version of herself making food while she is studying the Darkhold and trying to figure out a way to get back to her kids. And that was his whole film, was a Wanda villain film where she's trying to go to another reality, trying to steal American Chavez's powers so she can go to another reality and take that reality's version of her kids, because every other reality she has her kids, and she lost her kids, and her kids weren't real, but they're real to her in every other reality. So she thinks it's unfair, and she's trying to whatever, but she doesn't think she's a monster. She thinks she's just trying to be a mother. She's trying to fight to get her kids, and obviously it's the same. Wanda is this emotionally distraught, broken character that is super overpowered, and able to do whatever she wants, even though what she wants might not be the right thing to do. Um, and it was badass. She was badass. WandaVision, the show, really highlighted tropes and references to sitcoms throughout the years. This film highlighted Wanda to horror movies. The soundtrack, the effects, the editing, the cuts, the way she would just peer behind someone with like the creepy music, and the whole uh Carrie scene where she's like covered in blood fighting people. It was terrifyingly good. A lot of jump scares. They go to Wondacore with this giant temple which has the original writing of the Darkhold, which turns out to be a throne room dedicated to her with a giant stone mural to her. And it was awesome seeing the characters have to go through lengths to take on Wanda, how powerful Wanda is, and how all these magicians just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. And were jumping from multiverse to multiverse, running away, trying to get away from her. I thought it was awesome. The introduction of 813, I think that was the Earth they said, Illuminati, and how they killed Doctor Strange because he, went into the Darkhold and got corrupt. Black Bolt being the same actor that portrayed him on the FX show, or was the Hulu show? I think it might have been the Hulu show, but they had an Inhuman show, and I'm pretty sure he was portrayed by the same person. We got Patrick Stewart as Professor X again, which is awesome. We saw a live action Captain Carter. We saw a brand new Miss Captain Marvel, and we got a different version of Mordo where he's like good but still kind of messed up, and John Straczynski. How am I gonna say this? Krasinski. That's how you say it. I had to look at the spelling to get the right pronunciation out. John Krasinski from The Office, Jim from The Office, is Reed Richards, which potentially means that a version of that character of Reed Richards in the 616 exists, also looking and portrayed by John Krasinski, which we have. He references that he has kids, not a kid, kids. So both of his kids from the comics are alive in that universe. He's now dead, which sucks. We only got a little bit of stretchy scenes with him. We got some cool telepath stuff with Professor X, and we got some cool, really cool Black Bolt stuff, which is surprising. Basically Wanda makes him kill himself, which was sick. I talked about this a lot. Yeah, this was a really well done, really well put together film. It felt fast, it flowed good, it had amazing dialogue, amazing acting. Storyline was super intriguing, something I don't even know what storyline this could have referenced. I really truly believe that this could have been a completely original story. Like without a lot of them are original stories, but they have like references and pieces and tell other pieces of other stories and just rework it. This felt brand new, a breath of fresh air. I loved how Wanda basically had to sacrifice herself, but is she dead? Definitely not. Using Darkhold is taking a toll on Doctor Strange at the end with the third eye, and yeah, it's sick. Everyone kind of works out, and I really like the end. And then the major end credit scene is the introduction of Clea, which is, if you don't know, she is the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension, Dark Reality. she's basically another Sorcerer Supreme, and she comes and yelling at Doctor Strange that he created a problem with the multiverse, and then they have to fix it. Sick. Pumped for another movie. Pumped for that. I'm really excited. I love this movie. I'm gonna give it I do these out of 5, right? I'm gonna give this a. Was there anything I was upset with? Was there any? No, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I don't think there was anything wrong with this movie. I really do think that this was a perfect Doctor Strange movie. It had horror elements, it had humor elements, it had action, it had amazing cinematography, amazing editing, amazing acting, incredible cast, incredible story, very unique, very original, felt really good in the cinematic universe. Had a bunch of different characters tied in the MCU using, the Illuminati from different multiverses, American Travis's introduction, having Wanda in it, tying right from the the Disney Plus shows, reintroduction of a different version of Mordo. I liked it. I loved it. I thought it was. I don't think they could have done it any better. 5 out of 5, hands down. With that being said, check out my YouTube channel where you can check out a ton of trailer reactions for upcoming movie reviews, along with other movie and TV show reviews on there, and my weekly comic book reviews. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And remember to do me a major, massive favor and stay lame.